Alright, I'm here with Professor Onyx. Mono Black is a really cool strategy, and I feel like there's enough cards to pull it off. And there's, I'd say, a wide range of cards to play. It's not just like, you know, play this exact 100 cards. So it seemed interesting, and I wanted to try it. So I'm doing Bolus's Citadel because of value, but we do have Paradox Engine and the Lich, whose name eludes me constantly. Acersurach. We can do that, right? We can have a bunch of mana rocks. You get this in play, and then you pick him up and replay him infinitely and kill your opponent. There's every tutor that you can run in this deck, so I felt like it was a pretty solid thing to at least attempt. Other than that, Paradox Engine isn't super strong in this deck. We're not like doing really anything else that abusive. We're running Dark Ritual. Any hand or time you have it, it really just makes your commander cheaper, or just really anything else. Dark Ritual is a pretty strong card. I'm not super big on it, but if you are mono black and you're trying to like aggressively get to something, I think it's nice. We're running Turgrid as well. I don't know how I feel about this. The Curse of the Scarabs does kind of the same thing, where your opponent probably just pays 3 life forever, and you're just sad you played this. But the front side isn't bad. The creature is solid. No, we don't have a ton of discard, but we probably have enough that we can try it. I don't know. I was just sifting through cards, and I felt like that was a nice one to at least try. Everything that generates mana on 2 we have. I didn't go insane crazy with 3 mana rocks. Actually, I might replace Encyclopedia with the mana rock. I think we have enough card draw. Yeah. Every sweeper, a ton of spot removal spells, but not like a ton of card draw, just a lot of tutors, other than like, I don't know, Phyrexian Arena. Also, I crafted one card for this deck, and that's Argyle's Bloodfast. It's kind of like a Phyrexian Arena. I like how it can draw a bunch of cards. Maybe we can capitalize on that, maybe not. It's like the black version of Search for Azcanta. In fact, it quite literally is. The 2 mana enchantment in black that, you know, gives you card advantage from the same set that Search for Azcanta is in. This one is obviously not as good, but we're not blue, so we can't run them all. I had Nyx Lotus Phyrexian Obliterator in here, but I don't see us getting devotion that often, at least not a significant amount of devotion, so not running either of those anymore. I guess it really doesn't matter which mana rock it is. One of them's Scries, I think. Yeah, and then we can crack this one to actually draw a card, so there's that as well. I think the Scry's a little bit more valuable, because you find yourself never really wanting to crack it, right? So we'll do that. I like that. Anything else to say about it? No, not really. Doom Whisperer works pretty nice with Bolus's Citadel. You can sort of sift on the top. It's very life intensive, but you are a black deck, so that's kind of, you know, what you're doing. We are running Cosmos Elixir. It'll probably never draw us a card, but maybe some incidental life gain will be nice. And it just scries 1, which is sort of like a colorless Search for Azcanta. We'll see. I love mono black strategies, so hopefully we do good. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will play some Magic the Gathering. I was playing Arclight Phoenix to complete a quest. Really, the only deck I play is like Solemnity 9 Lives in Historic, if I'm not playing Historic Brawl. Alright, we have Sunset Pyramid, so we have the worst Mazemind Tome, but I would keep this if this was a Mazemind Tome, so I think I'm going to keep it because it's kind of the same card. We're against Tatyova. If we can stop the difficult to deal with threats, we're in a pretty good position. I mean, that's like every strategy, right? But we can do some pretty good stuff here, I think, against this. If we just sort of prevent them from doing really degenerate things. Of course, Risen Reef is one of the strongest cards, although this Epiphany might be a problem. I'm not running Thought Distortion. I was at one point, but not right now. I'm going to run this out. It's a pesky thing to deal with. It could get them... It could do some fair amount of damage early here. So I like it. Ooh, that was good. It's also good with our commander, because being able to make them discard is nice. So if we key next turn, we probably pitch... Doesn't really matter which one. I guess we pitch this one. Although if they play another creature and I would have liked to hit Tatyova, then I really can't. Well, there's that. I kind of have to deal with that immediately because I don't want it to drown me in value. So we're just going to do that. I guess I should have swung first, honestly, but I don't think they're going to block. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. Alright, we don't have a good card to discard with this, but it's still a card, like, it's still a mana rock. You can discard the card you draft. So it's not like it's just sitting there screwing me over. They do have a Fabled Passage. Hopefully they have to play it before Tatyova comes into play. Oh, come on. Oh, I hate that when they get the land off the top, dude. Ugh. It irks me. It oiks me. Alright, I, again, feel obligated to deal with this. Actually, no. No. We're gonna just play this. Yeah. It would be nice to deal with this, but it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to. I think I'm gonna take Doomblade and probably pitch this Mana Rock. Yeah, more removal seems nice. Yeah. And if my key gets blown up, I can still actually cast Doomblade. Alright, don't cheat another land. Okay. They forego playing their commander. Very strange. This has flash, but this is a extremely non-threatening card. I suppose I do have to leave out mana, though. Right? I can't just run this out and have it safely survive. I suppose I could, but if I do that, then... Do I play this? Let's see. They untap, then I have to deal with Sublime Epiphany, and that might just make me lose the game. So I think I'm just going to swing. Opponent's not really surprising us, but they did find a way to have Fabled Passage be a thing. Alright, we're going to Doomblade that. Okay, so do we have enough mana to cast this for 4? No. And crack the Suns? No, we don't. Alright. So they're going to get at least one card draw, but I can kill Tatyova in response to the Fabled Passage, so it's not really all that bad. Yeah. If my opponent is... on their P's and Q's, I suppose they won't crack the Fabled Passage. Opponent is thinking about something. I have no idea what it could be. They have 1 mana. It's kind of a free attack because they're not going to block. Thinking of my Blast Zone? They're reading Sunset Pyramid. I don't know. Alright, looks like they're cracking it, so we get a good removal here. Yep. I probably could have gotten away with letting them draw a card, so I could also draw a card, but I think it's fine to not do that as well. I wonder when they're going to start blocking. I don't know. I mean, I was right about this getting in a lot of damage, but I don't know how relevant it is unless we like really close the game out with it. I might just Professor Onyx minus, so they don't really get value off of this repeatedly. But that might be too much, right? Minus is the greatest power, so if I do play it after they tap out for Tatyova, that's fine. I might just be fine with just playing it and plussing it. It's really just... It's just fine. And we kind of need cards to like actually win the game, so... Inventor's Fair is online, but it's not really getting anything. It's part of the Paradox combo if I try to go for the other piece at some point. But I guess a removal spell is fine. Could have went for a land, but my deck doesn't really do anything past 6 mana, and playing a land right now wouldn't do anything except, like, maybe draw me a card or something. Probably just play this, though. So I'm curious if they leave up Sublime Epiphany. It does bounce, right? Yeah. Like, if they do it on my end step, it's a little annoying, but if they just tap out to do it, it's really fine. Oh, hey, alright, so our opponent's playing the green Field of the Dead. Every time you play a land, you get a 2/2. There's Felidar Retreat in white, and there's Zendikar's Royal in green. So, Field of the Dead never truly left. This is certainly way more reasonable, obviously, though. They found a way to infinitely block Skyclave as well, unfortunately. Alright, that was a really good draw. I am going to play this first. Yeah, so if they block the Skyclave, I draw a card. Nice. And then I play a land. This goes back to my hand. Okay, let's play a land. This goes back to my hand. Honestly, oh, well, it doesn't go to my hand. It goes to wherever. So do I minus on this? No, I don't think I'm going to minus. Them getting lands off the top seems fine. They have escape shift, so eventually they're going to decide to, whatchamacallit, turn all their lands into 2/2s, cycle out a bunch of cards. I don't see a lot of people playing escape shift. Oh, I guess it actually makes sense with Tatyova as well. Oh, of course, they get a land off the top. Why wouldn't they? We have a decent double minus right now. It's kind of a free block. Actually, I don't think you should swing, because I think it makes sense for me to always block, and now I get an extra card before I make decisions with my planeswalkers. Alright, decision's still pretty easy. I think I minus, and then I kill this with Murderous Rider. So I'm not really ever going to minus here, so I might as well start with a plus. Alright, I like that. Okay, this is looking good. I'm curious if they're going to block. Probably not, so I'm going to swing first. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to block. It lets me draw a card, and I have like an easy... Oh, wow. So I draw a card now, and Liliana's -2 kills both their creatures, where I don't even have to use a removal spell. I think that was a little bit of a mistake. I should have cast the discard, actually, before I made another decision. Certainly want to irk out as much as I can. Yep. It's either Epiphany or Krasis. Krasis is a little annoying. Epiphany doesn't really do anything if they are just like leaving up 6 mana forever, so I think I'm going to take the creature. We're going to play a land. I'm certainly... Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'm going to Dark Ritual because it's getting worse and worse, and I might as well dump my hand while I can. I guess I drain him for 2, but that's not super relevant. Actually, let me just do this first. Do as little thinking as possible. Okay. I'm going to play this, and then I'll just play this. Okay, that's fine. And then I'll just tap this, because for some reason it likes to leave that up last. Alright. Hand is pretty weak from the opponent. We did get our second Liliana. Pretty good draw. We never actually... we never drew a card off of the Sunset Pyramid. Mazemind Tome obviously would have allowed us to scry for free. But it turned out nicely still. I'm glad it's still sitting there. It's still 3 cards slowly. Okay, so they can scape shift and make an army. I feel as though it makes sense to do this. Should probably do this, yeah. They're not floating mana first, but it doesn't look like they had anything to do with it anyways. And it's not like you can leave up the mana because these are all tapped. So they have an army of 2/2s, but it's not impossible to beat this. In fact, we're in a pretty decent spot still, I think. I am going to swing with the Simulacrum. I'm not going to use it to block, I don't think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll also see what kind of lands they have that may be problematic. Maybe some man lands, maybe like both. They have the blue one and the green one. And then this thing. So they have a random land that copies infinite hand size. It doesn't really matter. I'm surprised they got the Sandbar, because it seems like a card you want to cycle at some point later. They have 9 2/2s, which is 18 damage. I'm never going to ever do this, so... Oof, we have a lot of board wipes. Like, a lot of board wipes, so that's really unfortunate. I can't make my opponent discard. I guess this is sort of discard. Feels better than these two, so... Not what we're looking for, though. At this point, I'm going to swing here and here. It feels wrong to swing with the Simulacrum. No, they're low. They're actually really low. So they kind of have to block this. Wow. There's a chance I kill them now, because every time I cast a spell, they lose 2 life. I have 2 spells. This blows up 1 or less, or just equal to. Equal to, so this can't blow these up. Okay, draw. Oh boy. Alright. Play this on one of them. Plus here. Play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can play this and leave up 5. I'm not kicking this. It's just 2 counters. It doesn't really matter. It can't block anyways. And then we pass. Yeah, we pass. Alright, this isn't a terrible spot. The longer the game goes on, the stronger the Sublime Epiphany, but so far they haven't had time. They can certainly slam... Windmill slam into one of my Planeswalkers, though. Mass manipulation. What a surprise. Alright. Well, I can't afford that to happen, so I guess I'm killing my own stuff. At least this Liliana, so they don't, you know, steal my commander. Take action. And then this Liliana really isn't that strong. I mean, it is when you have 7 2/2s that when they die you draw cards. Also, just building an army of 2/2s may be a problem for me. Man, that was an insanely good draw. Wow. We're not out of this, though. Professor Onyx can still do some pretty damaging stuff. I only need to cast 3 spells after she's in play. They're only swinging with a set amount. That's interesting. I guess I'm not blocking, because I don't want them to... Well, I mean, I might as well, because I'm going to get a discard anyways. From the... No, we're just not going to do that. We're just take it. It's not the end of the world. So we look at their hand. Hey, we found an answer to our card. What a surprise. So we play this. I'm 1 off lethal. That's really unfortunate. I can cast 2 spells, but that's not enough to kill my opponent. Well, it is what it is, I guess. We lead here. Play this. I have to do this now, because I can't let Liliana just sit there. So, whoop. And there's no real reason to attack with the Shade, because they'll just block it. Alright, we found a sweeper. I think I have to take it. And I couldn't have cast it, because I would have just, like, died. So, now we're in a spot where they have to block no, not everything. Let's see, they have to block this. Yeah, that's pretty good. We got this to essentially block one of them as it dies. They have 8. We can block 3. That's 10 damage. Yeah, that's 10 damage. Opponent gains 1 life. That's totally fine. Makes a 2/2. They swing all out. We have to block everything? No, we don't. We can leave one behind. They have something castable here? That is not good news. Hopefully this all just goes to Liliana, actually. That would be fine. Okay, it's going face. That is 14. That is 16. This is 14. This is 12. I don't see a reason to block here. This is 12. I'm at 13. This is 12. I'm at 13. This is 12. I'm at 13. Okay. I'm not playing around rampant growth. I mean, I guess they have something. You know what? This isn't necessary. I'm just going to do this because I can die to that 1 mana card. The Snakeskin Veil that gives a counter. It would actually kill me here. And they have something that's 1 green. If it's Veil of Summer, okay, but if it is Snakeskin's Veil, we would have just lost. Which it would have been really sad. Really sad. Alright, take action, draw a card. Yep, they have something, dude. Oh my god, what is it? The suspense. It's free to find out with the Heartless Act, so let's find out. If it's Snakeskin's Veil, I'm going to feel so good. Well, my opponent has to, you know, they made it, they're forcing us to show them 2 spells, because they lose life every time I cast one. So I exile their graveyard. They can actually Veil of Summer this, but that doesn't seem very strong. Alright. I'm gonna just lead with this, because it steals 3 life whether it gets countered or not. I want to see this card. I want to see this card. Ah, they're not showing me, dude. They're not showing me. Oh, man. Alright, GG's. I want to see what it is so bad. I feel so big brain if it was a Snakeskin's Veil. Yeah, good game, get wrecked. Oh, that was close. That was so close. Oh my god. It was basically mono green. No, it wasn't basically mono green because they played Mass Manipulation, which we somehow beat. Mono black, dude. Saucing them good. Wow, that's crazy. Did I re-roll this? I did? Okay. Try to get a 750, but that was great. Alright, we're 1-0. Oh my goodness. That was a good game. Opponent played a couple turns arguably loose, but don't know how impactful it would have been in the end. The ripple effect of decision making is hard to quantify. His hand is really expensive, and we're against mono white though, and we have a tutorable sweeper. As I continuously say, mono white is probably the weakest thing you can do. Dies to a lot of things. I can be careful and keep this, right? If I... No, screw that. Alright, this is fine. This is fine. Early removal seems fine. No turn 1 Esper Sentinel. We like to see that. Birth of Meletis. What? Alright, well there goes our early removal. I think the first hand was better than this one, honestly. I think it was. Alright, yep, just play this. Exile their graveyard, and we have Elspeth's Nightmare next turn, which is nice. Hopefully we actually hit something with it. Hey, what does that do? End of the battlefield tapped. What? Oh, my Snowland is tapped? Man. That is really bad. Alright, well hopefully them being on the play isn't the reason we lose. Faceless Agent. Oh, okay, that's fine. The one card that punishes Snowlands. I don't have to run Snowlands. I don't. Oh yes, I do, because there's a sweeper that demands that I do. So, all right. I have to kill this thing or I lose, because I can't really cast anything else. So, I'll look at protection spell. I guess I lose. Whatever. Yeah, we just got extremely tempoed out. We didn't have to scoop right then, but we're so incredibly behind. I'm not going to waste my time. That was really the ultimate sequence of draws from the opponent. The only thing that could have made it better was a turn one else Esper Sentinel would have been slightly better. But other than that, it was completely perfect. If we were on the play, then the game would have been undescribably different. But that's mono white. It either wins or it loses rather instantly. Though I feel like that's extremely favorable. We'd rather much play against mono white than mono red, but it is what it is. Moving on with my life. Okay, this is the basically a creature-based deck. I think I'm just gonna attack their hand. They have a cold water snapper? Oh my god. This is spicy. Well, I'm gonna take it because I don't want to lose to a cold water snapper, dude. That's one of my favorite cards in Pauper too. Okay, what does Reinforce do? Counters, and then you can exile from graveyard to put more counters in power. Okay, that is fine. As long as I can kill your things, I don't really care what you're doing with them. Can I take a turn off to like play something like a mana rock? I suppose. I don't think they're gonna do anything where I'm like, oh no, I'm dead. So, nope, sauce me for one. Eliminate seems kind of weak in this matchup. It kills their commander, but eh. All right. I feel like this is one of the weakest ramp spells, right? You have all the ones for 4 mana that get you 2 lands, but given the cards my opponent are playing might just be some sort of new player or like a budget list of some degree. So I can't judge too much here. I think this is a fine time to cast this. Actually, we just wait, right? Yeah, we just wait. We'll just do this. In Scry. I do want to land. And then we pass. I can Heartless Act, but I'll probably just Extinction Event, naming even. Okay. This can untap lands, right? Yeah. They also... I keep thinking this is a naturalize, given like the position in their hand. I keep looking at this like, oh shoot, they have a naturalize, but they actually don't. It wouldn't surprise me if they're running one, but... Alright, I'm just going to eliminate their commander. Yeah. And I kind of want to just Professor Onyx and plus. Opponent is upset I killed their weird commander. I don't know why. I can just play this in minus. And unless they have some... Oh, well, they do have a way to actually... Yeah, so I'll just plus. Paradox Engine's alright. It's not super strong. I think I'll just take Eldest Reborn. Hopefully they just reinforce. Okay. Maybe I could have played that differently. It's not the end of the world, though. They didn't recast their commander. Well, they couldn't. They didn't have the mana. Eldest Reborn? Yeah, let's Eldest Reborn. Because I mean, it doesn't matter which one we kill right now. Alright. Opponent actually played around Heartless Act, which is really funny, because this is counters, I can't kill it. But I doubt I would kill it anyways. It's not that we can't kill it, we still have ways to kill it, just differently. When this dies, you draw a card. Okay. These are both odd now, so this is really nice. I get to Extinction on odd. I'm going to look for a land. Ooh, this is good. This is good. I can put the Phylactery counter on the treasure map, and then when it flips into a land, it's extremely difficult to deal with. So I have like a 5/5 indestructible forever, which is hilarious. Alright, opponent's upset that their mono green Pauper deck didn't win. Kind of weird. It looked like it was, maybe it was a Pauper challenge. I don't know. I didn't bother to look of what the cards they played, but certainly wouldn't surprise me. I don't know what my opponent expects, though. When you're playing cards like that, you're going to lose like 90% of the games that you play. I could probably mulligan to like 2 and still win. Because you're just playing like weird, almost arguably do-nothing cards. We also negated the card draw because that exiles, and they won't draw a card off their 5-mana, 5/4 gorilla thing. Alright, our opponent's art is our commander. They're playing green-white creatures, I guess, so I'm going to just mulligan for board wipes. Okay, we have one. It's not really the best one. Creature control. Alright, it's not terrible, though, right? Can't be the target of abilities? Okay, we don't really have any of those. Alright. We have a Duress. Not really strong, but maybe it hits something. I imagine there's like one non-creature spell in their hand on average. Oh, well, they played it. If that is it. Still gonna cast it. Alright, hit something else. Not really the strongest thing to hit, but alright. Would have probably liked to take the Paladin class. Would have liked to take the Ranger class. Opponent's top decking right out of this. Let's see. They have nothing to do next turn. I'm actually just going to kill this wolf. Because they have nothing to do next turn. And if they just play their commander, I'm pretty happy. Especially if they expect it to die, and then it starts costing more and more mana. Yep. Alright, so we lead with... I guess I'll play the guarantee mana source. Yeah, I don't think I want to get crazy. And then I can play Cosmos Elixir and maybe actually draw cards. Draw a card greater than your starting life total. Yeah, it's totally possible right now. That's a good draw. It prevents them from, well, it gives them, they still have stuff to do with their mana next turn. So maybe it's right to just do this. Yeah, we're just gonna run this out. That's fine. That's fine. Nope. Just looking for a land here. We have a decent hand against what's going on, so I'm not freaking out about it. Fortunately, that is one of the weaker commanders. I mean, whatchamacallit, it doesn't, like, continuously do stuff. Like, at all. So. Alright, they don't have a way to deal with scriptures, so I feel safe to just run it out right now. Yeah. It stops our opponent from playing anything next turn. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should just tutor? I think I'm going to tutor right now for a sweeper. Sounds kind of funny, but I think I just want more. Ritual of Soot seems decent. They are kind of token-centric. Yeah, we'll just get Shadow's Verdict. That's fine. Another sweeper? Yes, please. Alright. So we kind of want to see a land here. Oh, no, it's not double green. I can't play their Uzi boy. This can make 2 more tokens and then just not really do anything again. Okay. That's a lot of damage, but it doesn't kill us. 12 plus... Yeah, we're not dead. So we're not upset about this too much. We gotta play a little bit careful, but that's fine. This is a 4-minute, okay. Everything in play is even? But I think it's still right to... No, I think we can just even, yeah. Do I get greedy? No, we've already gotten greedy. We just say even here. Even. We lose a mana source, but... Oh, we're dead to a green source. Ugh, we're dead to a green source. Oh my god. Because of the stupid Hydra. Alright. Okay. Gonna sweep the board again, because I sort of have to. Can I capitalize on this in any way? I don't think so. It sort of lets me... let's see, we're at 5. They can fire this up for... not enough to kill us. So I suppose I'll just languish and then pass. Not a land. Found a land. Green source, rather. So they can fire up the lair, but it doesn't just kill us, does it? I don't think so. Oh, yes it does, because it gets double strike. Lame. Guess I needed Murderous Rider? I don't know. I probably got a little greedy. I kind of did not expect to die out of nowhere, to be totally honest with you. I didn't expect them to do that much damage in one swing. And the man lands meant I could never really stabilize, because every time I pass a turn after sweeping, they have a man land to just, like, kill me, so... Also, they literally avoided the Duress perfectly. They were on the play with a turn 1 Paladin class. I cast Duress, and then they immediately drew Ranger class. Okay. So Duress was absolutely abysmal. It was so close to being good, too, but... super close to being good, actually. Because if I got the Ranger class... if I got either class, it would have been huge. Alright, so I guess we keep Bajukabog for the rest of time. Because this is a Kethis combo deck. Or I can't imagine Kethis not being a combo deck. So there's that. Alright, play this. Yep. I think I'm going to Phyrexian Arena next turn. Definitely going to Phyrexian Arena. They have black, and then green and white. Alright, so now they have all 3. I'd like to kill this, I think. Maybe it's not the end of the world. Kethis dies to Ritual Soot, which is hilarious. Alright, well, we found an answer. I'm gonna just play Bajukabog, so I'm actually... yeah, we're gonna play this as a land. Screw it. Probably should have swung first. Maybe they blocked. Doubt it, though. Oh, that skips the discard. I can't discard a card because of that. That's really annoying. Huh. Why does this cost 3? 1 less to cast, your opponent controls no basic lands? Oh my god. They don't control any basic lands. That's insane. I love it. Alright. Well, that's never happened before. Oh, shoot. Could I play the Mana Rock first? Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb. 1, 2, 3... yeah, I could have. Wow. I can't believe I did that. I don't think I've ever done that before. Okay, that's not really doing anything. Oh, no, it exiles my shade. Never mind. Oh, it kills the arena. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think that's a fair exchange. Yeah. Well, we have exile effects, but not super strong this early. Kind of have to kill that. Alright, so we can play Liliana. Might as well. I kind of wish I had the ring in play. It would be in play right now. Well, that's kind of an easy pick. Grim Bounty. You have to exile 2 cards? Yeah. Kind of weird to do this in the face of Liliana's, like, minus, but I guess it's better than not doing it. I don't know. If it's the only thing you can do. Kind of weird, though. I'm going to probably play a removal spell. So let's do that. Yeah. I don't really want them to untap with that ever. And they get not really punished if they bring it to exile. Sometimes Kethis goes in exile. I mean, in graveyard. They didn't even think about it. They just snapped it in the graveyard. Okay, well that makes my decision to Bujuka Bog right now very easy. And I'm going to replace the treasure token with an actual permanent. Though again, it should have already been in play. Like, every time your commander changes zones, you get to put it to the command zone so I don't get to, like, exile it forever. Like a Skyclave Apparition would. A manland. I kind of forgot this was there, but there wasn't really anything I could do about it. And I'm not upset that that was their entire turn, actually. That is probably fine. Alright, yep, we just swing. And if that's all they're doing, I guess I'm comfortable just replaying Professor Onyx, and the only thing they really did was give Professor Onyx loyalty. I guess Paradox Engine? Yeah. Every time we cast a card off the top with Bolas' Citadel, we get to... I don't know. Not really do much. We don't have much mana in the way of mana rocks. Don't do much, actually. Probably still reasonable. Maybe Doom Whisperer is a little bit better. It's just really life total, like, greedy to have Citadel and Doom Whisperer. We already have a plus to kind of mess with the top. Opponent has probably nothing, and they probably have no answer to the Shade, so between the Shade and Liliana's passive to drain my opponent, they felt like they couldn't do anything. That's fair. Alright, we're 3-1. I think. I shouldn't even say that out loud, because I don't want YouTube comments to yell at me that I'm actually not 3-1 and I don't remember. But I think we are. We have a sweeper, but it's Valky. No creature in hand, so I just kind of like this, because Valky doesn't do anything if I don't have a creature, right? Also, if they play it as a creature, we're not upset, because I don't really feel obligated to kill it after the fact. And I'm not going to Dark Ritual out any of this. Just run out the pyramid. Probably have to play this as a land, which is fine. Come on, play Valky. Do it. Run it out. I want your commander to be a 2-1 in play for the whole game. And I never have to worry about Tybalt. Strixhaven State. Oh, the Celestius. We should be running the Celestius instead of the Scry one. Right. Let me change that. My opponent played this, and I'm like, that's a weird one. And then I remembered. Then I membered. So we play this as a land. Dark Ritual puts me up to poop. So I guess I pass? Yeah. Draw a card off the pyramid. Off the poor man's Mazemind Tome. What is this? Oh, okay, fine. Scared me. They're actually getting kind of close to just casting Tybalt now. Oh boy. Okay, now they have Tybalt mana. Opponent has ramped more than we are, and they're a black-red deck. We can sort of maybe catch up with Dark Ritual, but we'll see. Does this exile... It does not deal with whatchamacallit. So we have 6 mana with a Dark Ritual. I think I'm comfortable running out my commander right now. I think. I don't have a guarantee way to deal with Tybalt if I do that, but I think it's worth trying. I'm just going to do it. We see 3 cards, so there's a decent enough chance we find a land. Or I guess technically we see 4. Oh, opponent's already mousing over their hand. Alright, we found a land. That's good. They're a black-red deck, so, I mean, they might even have stuff like Bedevil. Murderous Rider. Any of the army of removal spells. Looks like they don't have it. But if they don't answer our commander, and we answer theirs, we're in a good spot. Sweet. This is actually a decent spot to be in. The minus is bad. The plus can be annoying, right? They always have the ability to steal these cards, right? Okay, they steal my my Sunset Pyramid. Okay. I like it. Whoa, what? You can Kaya's Ghost Form Planeswalkers? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Kaya's Ghost Form. Well, I think I kind of want that card myself. I thought it was only creatures. When any creature dies with exile. Now, I have no idea what happens if I do this. I have no idea. Does it come back as Tibalt? Something's telling me it doesn't, because that would be kind of weird. But, well, I guess we'll find out. It does. Wow. So actually, it doesn't work like my opponent probably thought it did. And we really do not care if it's sitting there as a 2-1. I guess with that being said, I'll get a land here. Because I'm not going to Nightmare it. I'm sure they have ways to sacrifice it. So far, it seems to be their only win condition, but I doubt that's the case. That's funny. For some reason, I anticipated this. I felt as though... do I decline? I think I decline, right? Yeah, we decline, because we do not... We are very far from finding the mana to do that ourselves. Alright, opponent's kind of out of gas. Their Eldest Reborn is after ours, so that's pretty nice. Whenever deals combat, why does this have 5 on it? Oh, it's just when you tap it? Okay. I feel like I underestimate that card, but I never see it, so. Probably just lead with Bolas's Citadel, right? Yeah. It's probably the strongest thing of all time to do right now, so. Oh, come on. Alright, well, I'll get rid of, probably just Shadow's Verdict. Doesn't really matter. So they need 10 counters on this, and I just flat out die. This is a very weird card. Put a counter on it. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, remove a counter. Whenever you deal damage, put a counter on it. So I guess Valky hitting me is now a problem, which is extremely annoying. They can hit me with 2 creatures, too, so it goes up to 8 here? Or is it just like... every combat? It's probably just every creature, so it goes up to 8, and they can tap it for 9. I'm actually just dead to this stupid artifact, I think. I don't know if there's any way for me to deal with this. Then if it has 10... I have to prevent myself from being physically hit by a creature, and it won't happen. Otherwise it will, so I have to just prevent myself from literally being hit by it. By anything, which I guess is not impossible. We can beat that. We can beat that. For certain. Okay, so playing this is kind of what I have to do. Otherwise, my commander's kind of gone forever. So I minus on Valky. I don't... do I? I kind of do. What are they reanimating with Eldest Reborn? Ravenous Chupacabra. That is fine. So we can feed the Swarm, Valky, and then instant speed kill the... whatchamacallit? Oh, but then they get a Bolas's Citadel, because they get to steal it. This is just really bad in a lot of ways. I think whatever I'm doing starts with a plus, so let's just do that. I guess I'll take a tutor, but I don't see myself casting it. Still don't see myself... Well, I guess technically this is free. I'm not going to die to damage, so that is what it is. That's a sorcery, so I'm just going to do this. At this point, I kind of have to do this. Offset some of the life loss with the ability. if I tutor, I still have mana to cast Eliminate, so we're not just stone cold dead. Oh no, what did I just put in my graveyard? Doom Whisperer? I just gave my opponent a Doom Whisperer? This is so annoying. Alright, I kind of have to just deal with this now. I'd rather not, but now I, like, have to, or I'm just screwed. Oh, shoot, I should have been playing this. I should have played this, because it untaps every time. That was a mistake. Lost a bit of mana there. I don't think I can cast this for 0. I don't think so. So I just play a land and pass? Yep. So again, I'm pretty sure I have to, I have to be hit physically for this to kill me. They're not even going for it. Wow. Okay. I mean, they take Bullets to Citadel. Oh, they take... Wow. That has to be completely wrong. No, that doesn't make any sense. There's no way you take Paradox Engine. No way. No way do you leave your opponent with a Bullets to Citadel. I'm going to play a land off the top. And then we plus... Gonti? Well, I mean, okay. I am low, but still, just doesn't... I don't agree with this at all. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Final Parting? And I'll get a... I don't know. I already played a land, so I can't Dread Presence in Shock. If I knew about that, it would have been nice. I can play Rankle. It's got haste. I can kill their commander. That's probably fine. Is there an easier or better way to do it? I suppose this guarantees the kill, and it probably makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, we're going to just do that. And then I'll put some random card in my graveyard that isn't relevant, like a land. Yeah. And put one to your hand. Yeah, put that to my hand. And I can tempt... I guess this is the same. Yeah. So we do this. Oh! Oh, my opponent's... Oh, I don't untap. It doesn't untap. Wow. My opponent got me. Because it doesn't untap. And now I'm dead to the Guardian Idol. Whoops. Because I thought I had Paradox Engine in play still to untap my Coldsteel Heart to have 2 mana for Eliminate, but I don't. So I'm dead to this weird, whatchamacallit there. They didn't play Paradox Engine before they played that Mind Stone. That's kind of weird. Wow, that's really disappointing. That's really disappointing, but it is what it is. I've never lost to that card before. That's mad funny. I assume my opponent has never won with that, because it seems like an extremely uncommon scenario, but it's going to happen sometimes. Wow, that's crazy. It's an alternate win condition, so, you know, I'm going to splash it in my LOL I win with 5 different ways decks, but anyways, I want the Celestiast over that Scry Mana Rock for certain. It feels like we're getting a little mana screwed, but maybe not too bad. And we're not running that whoops, the mana the thing. Oh, come on. Guardian Idol. We're not running Guardian Idol, which we probably should be. I'm surprised I'm not. I must have overlooked that, honestly. So, all right, and then I can drop what has not been great. Honestly, I do not like in any way Tergrid, so you can go away. We're at 100 cards. What else do I not really like? Rankle's also a little weird. Yeah, we can do without Rankle. Just add another land, maybe. That's fine. feel fine with that. Make my deck a percentage cheaper mana-wise, right? Take out a 5 and a 4 for a 0 and a 2. But we were close to turning the corner, right? If we actually had one more mana, we could have killed that Guardian Idol when they went to hit me with it, with the Eliminate. They would have a lot of mana, like a lot of mana, with the Paradox Engine, but unless they're doing things with it, I don't really care. So this is a red-green deck. We almost have an indestructible creature, but just a little shy of pulling it off, so this hand is way too expensive. This hand is not. I guess I get rid of the only thing that costs more than 2. This hand is pretty funny. I like it. All 2 mana cards. Seems fine. I am certainly going to... Oh boy. Actually, there's not a lot of 2 mana cards I'm scared of, so let's just lead with Mana Rock. Like, what do they possibly have here in red-green that's like a serious problem? Yeah, it's just a mana dork. Don't really care. So we play this, and then we... I guess I just make them discard. Wow. Good lord. Okay, well. If I killed this, they wouldn't have had to play this turn. Other than Domri, which is really funny. Alright. Sure. Well, that was really, really, really good. This is starting to look really bad, but I guess we're not out of it yet. Scry for, I don't know. Definitely not that. Mind Rot doesn't seem useful. Opponent drew really... The -3 hit some very good cards. I suppose if they don't have another land, the Grazer's not great. What? No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Because they just like... Yeah. And then the Grazer still actually does something. Yeah, that was insane. That was just really insane. When your aggressive opponent draws more cards than you, you don't really get to play the game. You're being outvalued by a aggro deck. It's just impossible to do anything. This is kind of bad. I have to kill this, so I lead with that, I guess. And then Inscription of Ruin, Mind Rot? Or do I kill something else? I guess I just Mind Rot. It's the strongest thing it's ever gonna do is make them discard 2 cards. I don't even know if there's a single card that gets us back in it. They literally discarded the 2 cards we did not know about. That's how strong the rest of it is. Yeah, we're so behind. I don't even know what we can draw. That is not it. I think they can play their whole hand. I think. Maybe. I'm not sure why it keeps leaving up. Oh, Riot, right, that's why. Like, why does it keep pausing there? Okay, that was probably the weaker of the 2 cards. Like, exponentially weaker, because now you didn't get... You dealt the same amount of damage, except you didn't get a treasure token for no reason. So take 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. Actually, we're dead no matter what we discard, because the other card we don't take kills us. So we're kind of... No, there's no way. Unless we had Omniscience and could, like, top deck a tutor or something, we're just dead. There's nothing we can do. Yeah, that was a god tier sequence, but it is what it is. Green is certainly the strongest color in my opinion. and just drawing cards while ramping, while doing other things. Maybe I need it to kill the Lotus Cobra? I don't know. I don't think I would ever do that. I just feels like it's better to make them discard. Okay, we're against mono green, but it's elves, so I don't know if I can keep this. Probably have to get a sweeper. Yeah, I just want a sweeper. Okay, we're not on the play. Elves on the play is like the strongest thing ever. Very strong, but it is what it is. Please don't have Llanowar elves. Anything but that. Thank God. Alright, now I can say hello. The tension has passed. They just play a 2-mana elf, which is like their entire deck. We don't really care about that. So we play a land, we play Mana Rock. Hopefully we get a good Ritual of Soot, like a really good one. So I don't want to die, but I don't want to mess up and like do it too early. I don't want to do it too late. Probably the strongest card in my deck. Oh, in the 5-mana one as well, right? Alright, I might have to just do it right now, or I could risk them vomiting a ton of stuff in play, and maybe getting away with not doing it. And if you know me, I like to do stuff a little reckless, so I'm going to let them have an Elvish Archdruid, which could potentially give them 6 mana right now. Looks like it's not giving them 6 mana. But it looks like they're casting something that is not an elf. That is an elf, okay. And again, opponent plays a Moldiah, gets an instant value. I can't Ritual of Soot that. At this point, well, we know what's on top, so that's an instant. We don't die to anything crazy. You know what? I feel comfortable just... I don't know. Play this as a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pay 3 life, play this, and then Ritual of Soot. Alright, well, I got the same cards I would have gotten last turn. I didn't get any more value, except their opponent obviously got a bunch of mana in the same turn sequence. Well, that's not good to see. Oh boy. I don't really have a way to deal with that. Whoa. Okay. They basically played another Elvish Archdruid. Really wish we saw that last turn. They could have played it, but they didn't. We can tutor for... I don't know if we're tutoring for anything super worth it. You get a Regal Force into play when this ultimates. Kind of have to deal with that, actually. Let's not lose to that. And I think I'm just going to play Final Parting and get Languish? It is an elf deck, right? They don't really get that much bigger than what we've got going on, so... Meat Hook Massacre is even better than Languish, technically. So I guess I'll do that. And what do we just not want to ever draw? Probably a land. Everything else is not terrible. I guess I could put this in my graveyard. It's like basically free. Huh, I guess I should have done that last turn too. Last time. It wouldn't have mattered, but I didn't notice that synergy. So we can just start getting that going. We don't really have a lot of graveyard-based stuff, though. Please don't have a creature. Okay, sweet. They also have a pretty card on top. Alright, we Meat Hook for 4. Yeah, we Meat Hook for 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually have Davriel mana up as well. Nice. They can kill it with Lair, but if that's all they're doing, I am not upset. I want to just attack the hand when it's light. 1 cards. They discard a Primal Might. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one, to be honest with you. Probably makes sense to snap this off right now, because you don't want me to discard it. So I guess that means Davriel's staying alive. They're looking at their graveyard? What does mono green do with their graveyard? I don't like this. Regrowth? I'm fine with just a regrowth. Opponent's mousing over my Cabal Stronghold. Oh no. Making me nervous. I think they're just choosing what to regrowth. I think there's a green card that lets you pick up 2 permanents from the... Oh, I'm sorry. What, do I just not know how Celebration works? Permanent from your graveyard? Oh, okay, so it's just regrowths. I gotcha. I gotcha. Never actually paid attention to that. That's usually, every time I see that card, it's just like, proliferate combo, I win. Okay, so we play a land. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 mana, so we can play everything. I'll lead with this, because it makes more sense to do that. Plus, maybe we find something stronger. I can... That might actually be stronger. Yeah, that's probably stronger. Getting rid of my opponent's hand seems pretty good right now. Actually, you know what? No, because Lair will kill my commander, and I don't want that to happen. So we're going to do this instead. I'm going to land. We can kick this, almost. But yeah, we can kick this. It's not really doing anything, but we can, technically. Mending. Okay. This worked out. Got to lose the Simulacrum as well. The Liliana, the Professor Onyx minus will kill Oracle. Probably. We'll have to do that. Weird that they played a land before they did that. Kind of weird, but okay. I can kill the token. Ugh. So we have... How much mana does this tap for? No, you need 5 mana, of course. 4, 5, 6, 7... If this was a land, a snow... I'm probably just going to replace this with a snow basic. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 mana. Alright. I guess this way we don't lose to Craterhoof Behemoth now, off of this Fierce Empith, which would have been a serious problem. I don't really care about mending. And then I play this, and then Grim Bounty, their... Actually, let's... Yeah. I could kill this token as well. Maybe I should, actually. It seems better to do that. Does this do anything else? Destroy target? You know what? I think I'm just going to Mind Rot my opponent. Because they're drawing a not great card next turn. Liliana's not going to live, but that's probably fine, right? This is not an elf, is it? It's a citizen. I think... Oh, it's not white. It's all 5 colors. Okay. Well, okay. That was insane. Please don't have another creature? Nice. that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Beast Whisperer is a problem. That is not a solution. I think we have to look for things now. Minusing doesn't actually do anything except kill a mana dork. Okay, so we can tutor for something specific, or we can just gamble on Bolas' Citadel. Knowing my luck, this is probably a bad idea. So I'm gonna just coveted prize for... Not sure what we're looking for, but let's start looking here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically have 7 mana after this. I don't know if there's a card that in my... Oh, Blood in the Snow does it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Destroy all creatures. Yep, might as well do this. Gain some incidental life, not super relevant. But we get to discard a card with Davriel because it came back. But they still had Lair. We're tapped out. They just fire this up for 1, 2, 3. Is it 5, 6? They fire this up for 7 and kill my commander, right? I mean, we could recast my commander, and that doesn't actually answer Davriel, making you discard whatever else you had in hand because you spent all your mana doing this, unless you just drew a land. I am very surprised we beat that. Like, we actually got them in a state where they couldn't draw a bunch of cards, and they even had a Oracle in play for a while. Like, that was quite an uphill battle, and we were just barely, having enough resources to keep up with everything. So that's pretty cool. I mean, how many sweepers did we need? We had Ritual of Soot, we had Blood in the Snow, and was there a third one? Did we cast 3 sweepers? We might have just cast 2. Either way, nice. We take that. Honestly, opponent wasn't really out of that. Like, I had no answer to the Great Henge. All it takes is for you to draw a few creatures in a row, and I'm back to trying to sweep the board again and again. So it's never a bad spot to be in. Every creature they cast draws a card, and there's really nothing I can do about it. It's just really good. All right, I didn't look what we were up against before I decided to keep. We're up against Plarg Augusta. So the red one is a 2-mana 2/2 draw looter, reveal cards on the top, blah blah blah, and then this one is okay. So kind of depends what our opponent is doing. These seem a little bit different. Maybe they're situational. I don't know. Kind of wish I could deal with that right now. I cannot. So I guess I'm doing this. That's a lot of tokens, actually. We're going to take the Virtue. So that means they're playing the white side then. Yeah, because they're like the token thing. And I guess they could still play the red reveal. Yeah, I don't know how many targets they have for this, but I mean, if they're in a situation where they have to do it, they can. All right, this is a tutor if I get to swing with it. It's also a weird blocker. It's probably not a good enough blocker. Maybe it makes more sense to just bank on not dying to the board and ramping into a sweeper. But it's 2 turns. I'm not casting it next turn, so this could be a serious problem. But if this is closer to a white deck than a red one, then they're not doing a lot in the way of amassing a card advantage or anything. Well, his ultimate is a problem. Yeah, his ultimate's a problem. Wait a minute. Oh, it's non-token. I was about to say the minus seems really good, but it's non-token. All right, are we dead next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They did not cast this. I don't know why. Seems very weird. I feel like you should always do that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but okay. We'll take it. Land. I'm going to play this one instead of Key because it allows me to play something else in the same turn sequence. Oh, it actually looks like they have something else to cast that isn't this, so looks like they had a stronger card to draw. Of course. Not the end of the world. I'd rather it be that than, like, I don't know, Lightning Strike or something. Did they minus? I think they did. Can we die out of nowhere? Can anything kill us? I don't know. Nothing with haste. I don't have a 3-mana sweeper, though, do I? I don't think I do. It wouldn't save me because they have a 1/3, and the 3-mana sweepers only kill things that are like 2/2s, right? I think I'm dead. Not sure I could have done anything different. We were just a turn too slow. I'm literally 1 mana short because So. Ah, that is so lame. I mean, it is what it is, right? That's aggro for you. And like I said, all you have to do is beat their opening hand. It's not like if I had a sweeper right there, the game's over. It's just over. They're not drawing cards. That's just like the extreme weakness to the white-based aggro decks. Which, again, I think the red ones are just stronger because you can play to the board aggressively early while also amassing card advantage or just not really running out of cards as fast. Red is certainly very good at not really running out of threats, usually. So this is elves again. Okay, we're on the... kind of want to keep this. Very greedy, but I'm just going to keep this. I'm just going to keep this. We have an Elspeth's Nightmare. Well, I mean, I guess nothing I do matters because they have the best card of the game turn 1. Llanowar Elves and Esper Sentinel are the strongest things you can do in the game. Let's hope they can't, like... Well, I mean, they literally can. They can just Freelise. Let's hope they don't tap it twice right now. Well, if I was on the draw, then I probably would have just scooped. Alright, please don't use this mana for anything. Alright, at least that happened. At least that happened. We can kill it. Damage is really already done, though, but it's out of the way now, I guess. We get a discard next turn. Opponent finds a land, right? Yeah. I don't think they had a 1-mana card last time, so... What is the... It's a Seek? I almost feel like they should be Seeking, but they're not. They only had one. I guess that's not really a surprise at all. Okay, so we're not doing anything, so I might as well do this now. Maybe we can find a 2-mana card. Eliminate would be nice. That is not Eliminate. I guess Primal whatever's not the end of the world, right? Regal Force is not that bad here? Not really. They lose their commander too, right? It draws them cards, but... Like, okay. They have this... One of the 2 elves that, like... Infinitely tap... Actually, there's like 4. There's like 4 elves that tap for a ton of mana that are really nice to untap with your commander. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for the ultimate. No. Alright. Opponents... Oh, they didn't swing. Rip. Doesn't really matter, but it's funny. We drew a very good card, let me tell you. Very good card for this scenario. Sweep the board. I feel like they just want to... One of the 2 minuses on their commander right now seems like a pretty good idea. Have they drawn additional cards yet? Just a land? Yeah, just a land. We've drawn 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to draw a land, or I need them to only play 1 creature. Well, I don't... I'm going to hope they're just thinking, because this hardly seems like a scenario where you're, like, way behind. Because you're still playing elves, which is fine with 3 lands in play. Like, your whole deck costs 3, so... You can even -1. You don't even have to... Like, you can play a creature and then just play a 5/5. Like, this game is not over in any way. If I don't draw a land and you have 2 creatures in play, my Eldritch Reborn is actually really bad. Like, this is not a bad spot to be in. I think my opponent's just upset that they didn't draw a land. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll take it. We are in probably a favorable position, but it is not like... It's not like 80-20 to win or something. I think it's like 60-40, maybe 70-30. Well, I guess I might as well kill their commander now. Might as well, but they're probably not coming back. But Now that I can, I will. I mean, now it's probably 80-20 because they skipped the turn. We basically got a free time walk. So, I mean, if they do come back, it's probably completely over. They got 0 value. They didn't even -1 for a random elf. You know, it's actually been a while since someone roped me out. So I guess that's good. Usually people scoop when they don't want to continue a game. Especially when it's not ranked. I feel like you just kind of want to move on to the next game. Like, it's just not even... It's not ranked, right? Like, this feels like the least bitter format, right? It's hard to get mad at it. If I ever come off as mad, I'm not mad. It's hard to get upset at this. It really is. If it was ranked and I'm playing against like the same deck all the time, then I guess I could get a little frustrated. But when I start getting frustrated, I just sort of stop playing, and I'll just move on to something else. I don't really play games to get frustrated. Seems counterintuitive. I mean, everyone has their moments, though, right? Especially when you get, like, I don't know, you lose 5 games in a row to mana screw. That's always frustrating. But for the most part, I can't say I really get upset genuinely about anything in Magic. Except Standard. I don't like Standard. Standard, I will just get upset because I'm playing Standard. And I don't like Standard. I feel like there's nowhere near enough cards to have a diverse, like, range of decks to play or play against. So I just really don't like Standard. I guess Draft is a little different, but even still, Draft is... There are favorable sequences in Standard Draft to pick cards, right? Like, oh, this card is always good, so you always like draft that card or whatever. Oh, your opponent drafted 5 mythics and you drafted 2 and they drew 3 of theirs and you lose. It's like, well, you know, that sucks. That sucks too. I feel like draft is quite polarizing in the matchup because someone could objectively have access to better cards than you did, and there's nothing you can do about that, and that is very frustrating. Very frustrating. We have both Mazemind Tomes and 2 lands. I'm going to keep this. We're against red-white again, so maybe I wanted to find a sweeper, but this seems fine. Gonna put this one in play, just actually scry for free, looking for lands. It's not a land. I'm gonna put a stop here. Do you have a 3-drop? No 1 or 2 drop. Okay, that's kind of annoying, but... yeah, we're gonna scry. We're not gonna... Oh no, we wanted that, didn't we? Yeah, we probably wanted that. I was probably wrong. Oh well. I mean, it's not a land though, right? Yeah, no. We want it, but we can't realistically cast it. Redain's kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Do you have a red, white on 4? You do not. Okay. Yep. Scry here. Land. Nice. Play it. So it's 4 or more that are expensive. This is the tapped snow thing, right? Yeah. This is the second time that's happened to me. That's really annoying. Land. Alright, sweet. So we don't have to scry on our upkeep right now. We're not out of this. This is a pretty good spot to be in, I think, right? Copium. Okay, it's not a red source. I can't cast a 4-minute card because of this, so... I feel kind of obligated to make them discard. But I also would much rather just play out mana. It seems stronger. And I will scry again with the Mazemind Tome, probably, because I am looking for an untap source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is non-creatures, right? Yeah. Maybe I'm fine not finding an untapped land next turn. Really? Wow. That's kind of cool. It's on a red source, though, I guess. Wait, players can't gain life. Oh wow. So the Mazemind Tome doesn't gain me life. I think I'm still, no, we're not cracking it then. I think I can find a way to kill this before I do and not be upset about it. Alright, well, we can play this as a land. We still do have a land drop, right? This seems decent here. Probably not super strong, but it does kind of gum up the board. Does this have haste? No. Alright, we'll just run out this. If they have Swords to Plowshares, okay. I think that's the only thing they really can have, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not upset with this dying to one of my own sleepers. Okay, so they active treason this, but it doesn't have haste. Doesn't have haste. Okay, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. This is 4 more cost 2. This costs 8. Ugh, it's so annoying. I can't afford to pay 2 life, so. And now our opponent gets to Surveil, which is just really, really bad. I think we're just looking for something now. We're gonna like lose to a a very slow red-white strategy here, like very slow, and it's still good enough. This is the second time this card has actually won my aggro opponent the game, which is extremely annoying, but it is what it is. That's again red-white for you. Can't do anything. I'm definitely not going to take out my Snowlands for that one card, because I very rarely see that card. Very rarely. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to add a Snowland to my deck, taking out Command Tower, because there's really no reason. I'm also thinking about taking out Field of Ruin, but maybe we're fine with it still just being what it is, right? Yeah, we're fine for now. Blast Zone also, it's so rare for Blast Zone to actually do something. It's arguably stronger to have yet another Snowland just for your snow synergies with Blood in the Snow. A literal swamp for Cabal Stronghold is probably better than Blast Zone ever getting value the few times it does. And just needing a black source, right? Like if I have a bunch of colorless and I need a black source, it's certainly stronger to have that. So I'm going to do that. Even Bajuka Bog. Exiling my opponent's graveyards does not seem like a winning strategy usually. I might actually just drop that too, yeah. I feel comfortable doing that. Inventor's Fair still has some play. We've never gotten the Paradox Engine Acererak combo. Maybe it's too slow. Every time we would go for it, we might just already be winning the game. Also, we have to actually tutor for these things. And when you're doing that, you're not tutoring for something else that may just answer the board. Because every time we have cast a tutor, we're looking for something that answers what our opponent is doing and not actually just going for a combo. We also need mana rocks in play for it to work. Yeah, I think I've convinced myself that this probably isn't the deck for it. And if this isn't the deck for it, then probably no deck is. Where does that put us at in land count-wise? More realistic range? Probably, I don't know. That's fine. I also don't really know what I'd want to add and replace those with anyways, so I might as well make my deck cost less mana. And add mana sources. Nowhere to go but up. I have no idea. Is that? No, it's not. I have no idea what this is. Teamer. I don't know, not a lot of Teamer commanders. Maelstrom Wanderer is like my favorite card, and it's not in this format yet. Maybe one day. I feel like it should be, because they already have the 5-color Cascade Sliver. Maelstrom Wanderer is probably a little bit weaker. Definitely more exciting. So this is Mutate. Whenever it mutates, exile cards on top. You exile non-land permanent and put that into the battlefield or into your hand. Okay. 2 lands, 6, 5, 4, 4. No. 2 lands, what? 2, 2, 2. Okay. Opponent has a castable card. Looks like a cantrip, maybe Lightning Bolt. We'll find out. I'm going to lead with Sunset Pyramid. No, because we have... No, we don't have Sign of Blood because you need double black. So I'm going to lead with Sunset Pyramid to get another attempt at a land. Was it Spell Pierce? Oh. I wouldn't be opposed to Spell Pierce. That is probably fine. Your Spell Piercing has Sunset Pyramid. I think your opponent's pretty happy. We have gotten Sunset Pyramid very often. Kind of funny. They could have a Braid. I mean, they are red and green, so probably a fair amount of naturalize effects, shatter effects, stuff like that. What are we doing on 3? Nothing? This has to mutate, right? Yeah, it has to mutate to do something, so... I'm going to look for a land above doing anything else, really. But given how our opponent is playing, I feel like if we didn't hit a land, we're still in it. They're not doing anything, okay. So it wasn't Brainstorm, because they would have done it, you know, burst. They also got a mountain and not an island. Alright, what are we doing on 4? Nothing. Not doing anything on 4. Wow. I'm getting kind of nervous, but I feel as though we still have time. Alright, this is bad. What's really bad in our hand? I guess Skyclave Shade. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of free to discard it, actually. Okay, so now they have Commander mana, but unless it mutates, it doesn't really do anything. I have to discard 2? Oh my god. I guess Liliana. Kind of far from that, right? Yeah. I wish this was a mana rock. A 2-mana mana rock, but I can't run any more than I have. I mean, it's doing the same. It's doing alright, though. It's still drawing cards. But it seems like if opponent's taking it slow, we can too. Although Teamer is almost always combo. Almost always Teamer in like every format is like a combo deck, so... I don't feel comfortable giving our opponent this much time, but it's not like I was going to do anything else anyways. This is interesting. Why is full control on? Go away. There's no more... What is this doing? Let's find out. Double manland? No, I feel like it's going to be color fixing, so like Command Tower Temple? Command Tower... They can't run the World Tree, because you have to be 5 color to do it. So, I don't know. Opponent's willing to play it, though. In a Field of the Deadless format. They did not get Command Tower. Instead, they got blow up one of my lands and get a 4/4 land. Okay, and a temple. So I was right on that part. And then another temple, okay. Land, sure. Are we going to do this? No. I think I need to utilize my mana while I can before my opponent blows it up. Fortunately, this is double colorless, so I can't discard after I cast this, but I sort of have to do this. They still have a 1-mana card. We already played a land, right? Yeah, we played a land, so there's no reason to draw a card right now with our Sunset Pyramid. But I think this is the first time we actually drew all 3 cards. Drew all 3 cards off of our Sunset Pyramid. Feeling good about it. I don't think I've gotten Dread Presence triggered once in my lifetime, so this might be the second time. So they need to play a creature to mutate, and I don't know what they're mutating into. That could be a problem. Non-land permanent. Okay, so there certainly is a combo here. Maybe they mutate on like a token generator, right? That probably makes the most sense. I should probably just do this now. Anything that makes a token, like this land, and then they mutate into Omniscience and win. That might be their only non-land permanent, given what I'm seeing so far. But like I said, Teamer is like exclusively combo, which is pretty predictable and something to take note of. If Omniscience is in hand, I guess this gets better. Why would they do that now? What? Why would you do this now? I don't understand. Okay. Well, I'm going to lead with this. Maybe it's Pact of Negation. I mean, it would make sense with a combo deck. Nope. They had perfect mana for negate. Alright, well, I kind of have to kill this crab. So let's do that. Yeah, I mean, if... what else am I doing? I'm killing a crab. Okay. Yeah, we're going to just kill the crab. We're killing the crab. They can blow up one of my lands and put me back again, which is a problem, but there's not much I can do about that. Yeah, I don't know what the combo win is, but Omniscience is certainly... Oh, it's a braid. Oh. Of course. This just got probably impossible. We got knocked back too far. Opponent does not double down and blow up one of my other lands. Could they do that? Did they have the mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess they didn't. There's another token. Okay. Swamp off the top? Oh, this is not good, dude. Alright, well, our best bet is to hope this doesn't get countered, but I'm pretty sure they're running every counterspell possible. So it really doesn't matter what I do at all. I could, like, let's see, this costs 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm not even taking them off of mana. Like, I'm not disrupting their combo by doing this, like, preemptively or anything. So it doesn't matter. I think I'm just dead. They mutate. They either... I mean, if it's Ulamog, we're not screwed, I guess. I can't believe this resolved. It looks like they were hedging on me not having a swamp. Snake-skinned veil seems decent here. Some sort of shroud. Veil of summer, maybe? I don't care if Dread Presence dies. Okay. That's fine. I'm just surprised this actually works. They can still Tails End it. It sounds weird to defend a token, but again, trying to combo with the token is what my opponent's trying to do here. Okay, well, alright, sure. Okay. We're not out of this. I mean, I don't know how many tokens they have. There's one in play, which my opponent should probably do on my end step, if they ever do in fact do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one more land, and then the combo doesn't really matter anymore, right? Because you can, oh. Okay. What? Because then you can just actually cast Omniscience. Like, they have Omniscience mana now, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's a chance there's no combo, but it would be kind of weird. So they have 5 mana. I don't expect to kill this successfully. Even if I do, I don't feel like my opponent's upset about that. I didn't play a land, and at this point, if all they have is a 6/6 in play, I'm fine with, like, aggressively digging for mana. And we're not upset if this gets countered. Alright, we found the land. Well, I mean, we had a land here, but it was tapped. Just getting greedy. These both kill an instant speed, so I guess I can just pass the turn. I'm not going to Gonti. Yeah, we're not going to Gonti. If I hit their... imagine hitting their combo with that. That'd be hilarious. So why are we casting our Illuna Apex of Wishes, which is just a Ghidorah. King Ghidorah. Am I taking 6? I could die to Banefire, but I think we're taking 6. I'm going to end step kill this, if anything. Opponent's going to blow up one of our lands, it looks like. If they do that, I'm... Oh, no, I have to kill this in response. I won't have the... Oh, no, I will have the mana. I will, because I can float it. I feel like I want to kill the token before I kill their commander. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? I feel like it does. Alright. We use this one. I don't think there's any Planeswalkers in their deck, so that shouldn't really matter. Also, I'd be kind of surprised if their whole game plan was to keep this alive for long enough to try to kill me. a mono black deck, when you only have one creature in play, you have to exhaust a lot of counterspells to defend your one creature, which could be a quite difficult challenge, but our opponent is willing to try. Okay, I mean, yeah. That means they have an army of more counterspells. Can I get away with... No, I don't think I can. No, I think I'm just passing. Maybe I should have scryed on my upkeep. I'd like to play this as a land. Maybe that's too important. Yeah, I mean, there are creatures in play, so let's just do this. We can take 6 again. It's weird that they're thinking so hard about every decision, every card that I play. I feel like this is one of the weaker threats I could potentially toss at you. And if you're willing to counter every single removal spell I potentially cast, seems weird to do this. But that makes me think they have a lot of counter spells in play. This is very weak to just be in play. So I feel like literally scrying one with the Sunset Pyramid is better. So I'm going to do that. They swing with the Decay Zombie. That's funny. Alright. Take 8. And then we're dead in 2 attacks. I guess like 4 counterspells does it, right? They don't need too much to kill me. Yep, like I said, not really a surprise there. That is the card that they just try to cheat into play. But everything they have outside of it is not inherently just killing me, right? That is funny though. I literally called their entire deck. I've never played against it either. Alright, so we have 2 attempts at this thing's life right now. Probably not enough, but I'm going to start trying. Because I kind of expect a lot of counterspells, but we'll see. Let's not get whirlwinded. Okay, I'm going to try again. But again, I think there were at least 2 more counters. At least 2 more. If they do counter this, then that means they obviously have another counter because they know this is coming. Okay. Yeah, now our opponent did not immediately win, so I imagine the game is still going to continue. I don't know what the payoff, again, like I said, I don't know the payoff of doing this is. Other than maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I assume it's like Banefire or something, but that still requires your mana, so I don't know. What is this? Attacking my lands? I guess I'm dead if you attack my lands. Leave my lands alone. Has to be. What are they? What? Isn't it just at least free to go for your commander again? You might as well just do that, right? I don't know. Wow. Okay. Sure. Karn? Make a Karnstruct? If I make a Karnstruct, I have Inventor's Fair. This seems like the thing I'd miss the least, so I'll play that. Of all the cards in my hand, certainly. Well, I mean, you planned on doing something on my turn here. I don't even... Our opponent's countered stranger things, so I wouldn't put it past them. But the longer they take, the more I'm confident they only have like 1 counterspell. Okay. Interesting that they felt like that was something they wanted to deal with. So are we dead now? No, we're not dead, but... Yep, doesn't really matter what lane you blow up. I guess I actually would blow up the Inventor's Fair. I just would. Cabal Strongholds probably wouldn't be doing anything crazy anytime soon. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we're going to find out if they have another permanent in their deck. I seriously doubt it, but if they did, it would be Ulamog. We're dead to a single counterspell now, so... okay. Star of Extinction? I certainly would have just played that. I think winning involves blowing up my lands. I think that's why they were mousing over my stuff last turn. I feel like they should have just Star of Extinction. It must have been the top deck just now. It must have been the top deck. Because it literally costs 0 mana, and you just blow up a land on my turn, or your own turn, and then still have this. Yeah, no, they must have just drew it. Don't want to kill their 4/4. That's fine. Guess we got a bit lucky. Okay, so do they pitch their whole hand? I feel like they're going to, right? Maybe keep a... No, they keep 2 cards. Not looking good for us. I mean, we're so close to dying. I don't know. They know about Extinction Event, so mutating would be a little strange. And if they do mutate, they put it on the zombie, not the 4/4. Which means it's not attacking immediately. Opponents really been putting some thought into their plays. Like, they're not AFK, they're just thinking about stuff, which is weird to me, because when you have Omniscience, it's pretty clear cut of, like, how to, like, navigate the game from here, because it sort of just begins to navigate itself. At least I feel like that's the case. Like, you either do or you don't have a counterspell, right? Like, what else matters? I have 3 mana. I can keep this on top to deal with... We probably should just chain spot removal spells. I feel like if we're going to stabilize, it does in fact involve doing that. But, I mean, given the way my opponent's playing, they don't have an answer to this. Otherwise, I mean, what else do they expect me to do? You know, like, if you have a counterspell, you're just... Okay, so they don't have a counterspell. I guess I have to name Odd. I'm dead if I name Odd. I am dead if I name Odd, because then they just mutate this on something, and then I die, so I have to name Even. We go to 1, and then I have to hope they don't have any way to kill me. So at this point, we're dead to a litany of things. It's not just a big Bane fire, right? We died to, like, a lot of things. They could have Lightning Bolt. I'd be kind of surprised. It can't be a haste threat. There's no creatures. Found a way to put a counter on their card. So, wait. No, they... Wait. Yes? Did they mess that up? No, they cast the kick... What? Oh, okay. That was weird. Wow, they found a way to kill me. It was, like, barely lethal. I feel like if I untapped right there and killed this and they have shown to not do anything, we are actually in a very decent spot, it feels like. Omniscience... What I was going to say about them playing Omniscience in that deck is I feel like there's certainly stronger Omniscience decks than that. I don't know how many spells outright win you the game after you cast Omniscience in a Teamer no creature, no planeswalker, no enchantment deck. Because X spells don't play nice with Omniscience in any way. Even though I sort of expect Expansion Explosion at the very least. I don't know. I kind of wish I saw more of their deck, to be honest. Kind of unfortunate. But it is what it is. No. Almost good enough, but no. I like this. This is fine. I feel like Duress is pretty strong here, so we're going to try to Duress. Alright, it wasn't super strong. I guess we got a Disruption. It would have countered my Mana Rock. I mean, if my opponent decided to do that, and I feel like they would, so It's kind of nice. So we play a land. Certainly going to do the ramp strategy and not the blood fast that we probably won't activate for a while anyways. We're not under serious pressure, so this is pretty nice. Do we cast Gonti? Yeah, why not? Hey, that's pretty good. That's big good. Big good. Yeah, opponent doesn't like this. No, maybe just didn't draw land. We take that. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. That's mad funny. We actually duressed a land. I wonder if that wound up winning us again. Cool. Or maybe my opponent was upset that I played like the strongest Battlecry in their all Battlecry deck. I not only stole one of their strongest Battlecry, I also played the only Battlecry that was actually, you know, a 2/3 death touch. So that's really funny. We get to exile their Solemn Simulacrum if they did go for it. Alright, so this is mono green. Fortunately, one of the weaker commanders, so feeling pretty good. There's no turn 1 stuff to do. I can hold on to Duress for a little while here, I think. I'm not scared of a 2-mana card either, honestly. So I'm not going to cast Duress next turn. Just going to play Treasure Map. And we don't need Compass. The one Compass game, we have enough lands where we probably don't need Compass. But, I mean, it's still nice to have. I still really like this card, so... Okay, I wouldn't have duressed that for certain. Let me tell you. I'll tell you what. Alright, we'll duress before we do anything else now. Alright, there's some ramp spells, not doing much, and then we'll play this. Okay, so they have Augur, which is really, really annoying. So let's see. This would be the first time our opponent did not get instant value off of it. Oh, right. Azusa probably just makes more sense here. Never mind. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, we found a solid answer to what's going on. We're going to pass and deal with one of these two. Actually, all three of these are a bit problematic, but fortunately our opponent played a land before they played the Augur, so I guess that's not on their game plan. Never mind, they just did that in a nonsensical manner. Well, in this case... No, wait. Are we doing this? No, we're not doing this. Of course. Oh, come on. Come on. So, again, our opponent... our opponent has... Oh, it's that Forniclix too. I thought it was the other Forniclix. Okay, it is... Alright. Oh my god. We're not out of this, though. We're not out of this. Scry. For anything that's not a land here, go away. So they have an Elder Gargagugu. Crawling Barrens. Oh boy. That is a problem, actually. That is a problem. Azusa's more like a mono white commander than a mono green. Just because of, whatchamacallit? Like you're dumping your hand, right? If it wasn't for Augur, they don't really draw cards, right? So we have to exile the board and then like minus after. We could do this first, but that means they get another turn with Augur, and that seems extremely loose. I'll just take the one card off of Elder Gargaroth instead. Unless my opponent decides not to do that, but that seems a little weird to not draw a card. So. Also, we're up against a man land that we don't have an answer to again. Well, I guess nothing we do matters. Yep. Opponent top decked probably the strongest card in that scenario, right? I really did think the other, I thought they had the other clicks and play, because that one's usually the one you always see. In fact, I don't even know why they're playing that one. Yeah, it's nice to like tempo out your opponent's lands for a turn, but they're not really capitalizing on that much mana because they just sort of play off the top. But if the stars align and you get to untap with a Gargaroth and then top deck a 5-mana draw 6, play a free 5-drop, it's not much I can do, or anyone can do in any scenario. So, more power to you. That sucks though. That was a top deck too. They actually had no cards in it. It's kind of funny. Tatyova. Tatyova certainly draws cards, so a little bit more of an expected result coming from our opponent called Human. Alright, I'm going to turn one Thoughtseize because it's a little bit different of a matchup. This hand seems really not good at all. Actually, I'm going to take the Druid class. Yeah, I'm not going to say whoops, but I don't think I'd keep that. I don't think I'd ever keep that, even if I wasn't expecting a turn 1 Thoughtseize. I would not keep that hand. It seemed a little loose. Just a wee bit loose. Alright, let's play a couple more games. Depends on how long the next one is. Maybe just one more. Black, white, every time I cast a... well, pretty much any spell, I lose 2 life, right? Yeah, we don't really have anything but those, so... Alright. This is a cool commander. I like this one. Unfortunately, it's not very strong. Like, there's so many decks that run a bunch of creatures, and then your commander doesn't do anything at all. I guess I'll keep this. Ornithopter is actually not good here, but I'll keep it. I'm still going to keep it. We're in a situation where our opponent may have a lot of removal that is really bad, but it all gets pooled into Ornithopter. Still going to play it, though. I'm not going to play it. Yep, looks like they have a removal spell. Not really a surprise. Probably have 26 to 35 removal spells, honestly. So at least the preceding ones will be really bad. Oh, they didn't cast it if they had one. Really don't care if you cast your commander. In fact, your commander could probably stay and play the whole game, and I'm not upset. There's no counter spells, and apparently there's no removal, so I'm pretty comfortable running this out right now. Yeah. I'm probably going to make a Karn struct to continue to harass the board. Yeah, we're going to just do that. I don't really want to just do 4 mana, draw a single card. That doesn't seem very strong. Even Mind Sensor? I've never seen this card, I don't think. Wow. Even Mind Sensor, huh? Isn't that something? I guess I'm plussing now. Yep. Hopefully we don't exile a card that's good forever. We kind of did, but I actually would like a land. We don't need a land right now, but it would be nice to just have one. So I'm gonna probably... They didn't have a land, so I'm pretty comfortable with passing, leaving up Baleful Mastery. Yeah, I'm like just barely unable to do everything I want. So. Oh man, every time my opponents play this, it's actually been really good. That's annoying. And even Mind Sensor is opponents only. So, well, I mean, it is what it is. I guess I'll keep Karn around. Seems like a weird block in my opponent's eyes, but I'm going to do this. We do have a tutor, so even Mind Sensor is, you know, it is doing something. I think we just pick up the tutor now, so we don't lose it. I would like to just get cards off this. Seems reasonable, right? I think I'm going to Thirst here, but I suppose it makes sense to lead with a discard spell. And we're definitely not going to die by Cabal's ability. What is this? What could you be thinking about right now? There's no counter spells, right? Yeah. They had swords, huh? Okay, so we don't care. This is annoying. God Pharaoh statue is annoying. But the rest of their hand is not relevant, really, at all. Destroy all non-creature, non-land permanents if it's 6 or more. Good to know about that. It could be annoying, but God Pharaoh statue is very annoying, so we're going to take that. Yeah, it's called thinking, dude. It's what players do. Mind rotting them seems bad. Also, I can't take the ink thing with this, so I guess I just kill the 3/1? Or do I tutor for something? Maybe we should just tutor for something. Because Karn's going to die either way, so I feel comfortable just tutoring for maybe the 5-mana sweeper. Because it exiles everything. I have 5 in play. This is tap, so I can't get Liliana. I have a 2 and a 3, so I can't exile one or the other with that. Languish does do it, technically. Heliod won't be a creature when I go to sweep the board anyways. Yeah, I'll just take Ritual Slit. Reset the board seems fine. It seems fine. Nope, that actually worked out really nice. We were going to kill our own creature anyways, so that's pretty cool. I actually am interested in just predationing this Heliod, because then my opponent has no hand, and they have a terrible... Well, actually, if I do that, they take Ritual Slit, so maybe I should just clear the board. Yeah, let's just do that, because I don't want to die to, like, combat damage from a deck that doesn't really kill you with combat damage. That would kind of suck. Pretty likely they go, you know what, we're just going to play this. We don't really need that. And there's a chance we wind up, I don't know, making them take this when they otherwise wouldn't, or I don't know. They're probably going to take the tutor, though. I don't know why you would not take the tutor, because I could probably tutor for a similar card that you, you know, discard. So, makes sense. It also leaves me with just what's in play and nothing else. Nope. Opponent took something I would never take. Interesting. I would never take that. I feel like you getting mind rotted is not a big deal. Okay, I mean, yeah, that you can do that too. That certainly makes sense. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of in a position where I have to find a tutor. I didn't expect them to cast this, to be totally honest. Alright, so I'll get Meat Hook, and then I put the... whatchamacallit in play? The 3/1. Skyclave Shade. It gets hit by swords, which is hilarious. So I put this to my hand. We play an untapped land and we get this back. I have to do this, otherwise it gets exiled, right? So if they have a discard spell off the top, then we lose. They might be running like all of them. Nope, they just snap this off. They give one of these lifelink, probably. Excuse me. Yep. So I swing for 3, and then I drain them. I guess I can Meat Hook for just, what, 2? So we swing first. My discard spell's not doing anything either, so we do this for 2. Yep, there's nothing crazy that can happen. So do this. And then I can play a land and recast my thing. Yep, I can't make them discard anything with this. So maybe I should just play this as a... No, we want to play this. We want to just commit that into play. It seems nice. I'm 1 minute away from kicking, so it doesn't matter. It's going to get exiled to Swords. Or at least it should. Smothering Tithe. Alright. I think we're fine with just letting them... No, opponent, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. Doesn't work. So they have 1, 2... Yep, you can have a... Yeah, that's fine. So I cast this, and I still have mana to Professor Onyx. They're close to Devotion, but they're not there yet, so... this doesn't kill it. This doesn't really do anything either. So I guess I gotta take that. And I'll play this as a land, because they're like where we are. And somehow this is evaded getting exiled twice from 2 exile effects. It's really funny. They do have a Castle Locthwain, so it's not like they're top decking. They're still drawing cards. We both have a castle, actually. But we're at 8 life, and they're at 30. Alright, the token was somewhat relevant. Somewhat, but I'm probably gonna continue. No, now we can probably just pay for it. It's fine. They played this in the face of a removal spell they knew about. Kind of interesting, but I guess I'll just do it. Yep. So, let's see. I guess we lead with the plus. We go to 7. No. Well, I mean, these aren't really that good. I guess I'll take that. It's technically better than this, and the life could matter, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna plus because I'm dead to Devotion. So I don't feel like I need to plus anyways. We're not going to plus, because if they give Devotion, I'd rather not die. Seems like a good idea. What just happened? Oops. Nice. Let's see. Pay 2. So they went to... Thinking. Yeah, that's what I thought, nerd. They thought this was gonna blow up my commander, I guess. I've never seen this card ever. And the fact that it didn't do anything kind of threw me off because the board state didn't change. They thought this was going to kill Professor Onyx. But that is a very strange mistake because it blatantly says choose one and then destroy all the others. So I don't really know what they were thinking. Maybe they just wanted to scoop. Maybe they just want to scoop because otherwise they just replay this and then I kill it again with Lightning Helix and we actually start gaining some fair amount of life. Right, because this is 3, then this equals out with their loss, and in fact, I think it makes way more sense for them to castle lock. The fact that they did not castle means that they thought this would work, because they didn't attempt to draw another card, so opponent didn't read their own cards, and we won. But still an extremely favorable position at that point anyways. Almost impossible to get Devotion, so we weren't going to get hit by a 7/7. Mad funny. We'll take it. Celebratory pack. We got the card that's on the art of the pack. That's mad funny. I like this deck a lot. It's super fun. Mono black. I really haven't played much of mono black at all in Historic Brawl. I've played Shieldred in Commander. This certainly is not Shieldred. You could actually play Shieldred in Historic Brawl. Probably just weaker than Madroltha in every single way, but, you know, if you like Shieldred, you certainly could do that. You could even just run it in here, but I don't think I'd do that either. We got it was a little mana screwy in the early games, but it wasn't super big deal, right? Because we're kind of on the cast one spell a turn thing anyways. We have a lot of 4s, though. A lot of 4s. I think I like them all. I like all my sweepers. Maybe Chupacabra isn't great. I don't think I've ever cast this. We don't have a lot of ways to recur it from the graveyard. And there's probably stronger removal spells than this. So you could probably... Actually, we could probably just change that right now. I liked all the mana rocks. Maybe even just more mana rocks, actually. I like these 3 cards a lot. All the tutors were nice. Eldritch Reborn was nice. The sweepers are nice. Doom Whisperer. The one time we played this, it got active treasoned. Because of course it did. So actually, the one time we played it, our opponent got the Surveil ability in a deck that... In a matchup where they could have paid 20 life and probably still won because we're not really pressuring their life total in any way. Well, maybe we died to it, but if we somehow didn't. I like Elixir. Didn't really shine, but I liked it. Davriel, I don't know, attacking my opponent's hand size, right? Inscription is versatile, but not... Like, the removal and the discard is what we're doing. We can't really ever reanimate anything, because the only thing we can reanimate is Shade, and that reanimates itself, so we actually can't really capitalize on all 3. It is simply the Mind Rot and the removal for something 3 or less. A little weird, but I think it's just good enough. Davriel is weird because we kind of need a clean board for this to capitalize on him. And it's kind of hard to keep the board clear while also actually have Davriel in play. So I kind of would prefer it to be... Like, every time you cast it, you'd almost prefer it to be a mana rock, so you would just get closer to your better Planeswalker. So maybe that's an argument. We can just drop that. It was good in, like, one scenario. We never got to Tendrils. In fact, the one game I had Tendrils, I was up against the Raptor, where you can't gain life. So every time we get those, like, spicy situational nice cards, like, we just... Collateral damage knocked us out of the way and we just couldn't capitalize on it, right? Running the actual card. We never got Phylactery Lich in play either, but I still think it's really good. We actually played against a lot of decks with Swords to Plowshares, so you could argue this just isn't good right now with all swords, just in ever, because unless Swords gets banned or something, as long as it's here, this could be a problem. Especially when you have so few creatures and all of your opponent's removal goes into killing just a few creatures. The evasion is nice, but it has to be like... Maybe Hexproof is just stronger than Indestructible? I don't know. Maybe it's still good enough. I like the card. I would like to have at least tried it once to have it sit in play. We just never had. We just never got there. We almost got the Phylactery counter on the treasure map too, because then it flips and then it's a land, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's still a permanent in play with the Phylactery counter on it, which is just hard for your opponent to deal with unless they have land destruction. I like Thaumatic Compass. You could argue it should just be a land itself, maybe. I really like Sunset Pyramid. I feel like that was just like slow card draw, right? Meat Hook is just kind of another sweeper, but I mean that last game it was nice, I guess. Didn't stand out to like be better than another sweeper, but you know, just a sweeper. Yeah, I liked it. I like everything about it. We never got Inventor's Fair value either, actually. It's kind of funny. Let me add some mana rocks. A lot of these mono black decks and mono red decks and colorless decks, well, they have to run a lot of mana rocks, so I guess we will too. Yeah, I think we have all the 2 mana ones, so doesn't really matter which ones. I guess the Scry and the Crack to Draw It Later one. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. They're all kind of irreplaceable, right? I like Dark Ritual, and we never Argyle's Bloodfast it. Does Erebos do the same thing? I don't know how to spell it. Do you do the same thing? Whenever another creature dies... Okay, so no, not really. Technically, the 2 mana, lose 2 life, draw thing, but you need creatures to actually do it, so no, not really. Yeah, no, that's good. I like everything how it is. We have 27 basic swamps, so Tendrils usually when you draw it does do something quite significant. I really wish I cast it at least once. I love this card, one of my favorite cards in Pauper, but we didn't get to use it. Yeah, I like it. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know what you would play differently. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.